Hey guys, this is Jacolia of Jacolia Gems. Thank you for once again coming back home, family. For those of you that happen to be new here, I hope that you hear something today that will persuade you to stay. If you have not already done so, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? With that being said, let's jump straight into today's brief but informational video. I want to begin to talk about one of my videos that I'm going to link down below when I began to meet an Edo woman of Nigeria, and out of her own mouth, she stated that her predecessor and confirmed would be indeed the biblical Esau. This woman looked a lot like me because I am part Choctaw Native American. Also, due to the fact that my Hebrew Israelite ancestors look a lot like my Choctaw Native American Edom ancestors. This brings us to one of the comments that was very jarring, which I am used to because a lot of you guys, frontal lobe is still yet to be developed. And I can completely understand that. Your brain is still moving around in your head. You're still reworking trauma. So you think that it's normal to come under people's videos when you haven't even opened up a book to do a lot of studying on your own, because some of you were codependent on just getting by in school. You never were really a good student. So I don't expect for you to be the best scholar biblically. Some of you are still spiritually asleep, like I was in 2018. Some of you still believe that Esau is the white man and that Negro-only doctrines, and it's because your level of intellectual capacity has hit its mark. And a lot of this is due to the egotistical nature of which we operate in that keeps a lot of you stupid and unlearned and ignorant, because we bring ego to scholarship, and ego has no place in scholarship. I'm talking specifically to this Haitian man in my comments who's decreeing and declaring that Esau is the white man, and he's dropping scriptures to begin to try to prove it. And he even said out of his mouth that the word ruddy doesn't mean anything. Who are we to begin to dismiss the descriptive markers that was placed in the book for us to be able to identify people, places, and things, when the same Hebrew Israelites will use scriptures out of context to begin to say, see, look, it said that we were black and comely, to begin to prove that the identity of the Israelites are black. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's begin to talk about how the word red is important to Haitians. And I can talk about this because although I don't claim Haitian ancestry, because I never met my great-great-grandfather, he was a Creole from Louisiana, which will lead me to Haiti. Well, how does this lead you to Haiti? My grandmother, my great-grandmother, when she looked at my son, and I told the story before, because my son is Creole complected, just like my mama. Like, it's a difference between being light-skinned and being yellow or being Creole complected. My great-grandmother was light-skinned. She was a yellow woman. My mother and my son are Creole complected. So when I brought my baby to meet my great-grandmother, and she looked at him and said, who white baby is this? This is the same way she would describe her father. He was Creole. And we began to look at the Creole in Louisiana. Majority of them came from South Carolina, from Florida, into Louisiana, but they were coming from Haiti. And some of them came straight from Haiti. And we began to look at South Carolina and your Florida. This is where you get your Gullah Geechee people, right? And so when you begin to look at your Creole people and your Haitians, how do we prove that these are the same people? Because in Haiti, they have a saying in Creole and French Creole, because these are the Huguenots. Let's begin to talk about this. The fact that a lot of these people over in Haiti who are of lighter complexion, who you see now in the Dominican Republic, dealing with the colorism, they came over from France in the French Revolution. These were your free and some indentured Sephardic Jews and Moors who could pass at times, and some of them were fully complected. Then you also had from the transatlantic slave trade, where you had your West African, your Elephantine Jews coming over. So you had different incursions of different groups of Jews, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, coming into these places. The Haitians have a saying in Creole that identify them to be Igbos. And we know that the Igbos are known to be the tribe of Gad, and Gad operated as their own confederate. They broke off and they created a priesthood. And we see that the Arachuku of the Igbo had a dominant role in the transatlantic slave trade. There's a gentleman in my comments who is Igbo, and he said that Edo, E-D-O, in Igbo literally means yellow or red, and it is to describe the complexion of the other Igbo, because the caste system based on complexion was also in France and in Africa. It got brought over here into the Americas. When you begin to look at amarillo, that's the Spanish word for yellow. And this is where the word Creole came out of. When you have a Edo Igbo, this is a red Igbo, a yellow Igbo, a Creole-looking Igbo. So how can we begin to dismiss markers, Mr. Haitian man, when your people themselves use the word Edo to describe the yellow or the red, the ruddy Igbo amongst them? We have to stop denying history for what it is. This is a warning to those of you still identifying Esau as the day-to-day white man. You are in gross error and you will be deceived. The reason that some of the world Edomite appear to be white, but if you look at them, they have the big noses, the curly hair, they have the big bushy long beards. They still have Hebraic markers about them, just like when you look at the Sicilians and when you look at the Spaniards and when you begin to look at some of the French and all of these other people with their big curly hair, but their phenotype appears to be non-Negro. They are still Israelites because of who they descend from. We have to remember that Edom married amongst Ishmael. Ishmael is a black Arabic man. We have to remember that Edom married against Canaan. Did not Canaan come out of Ham? Whether you want to believe that the curse of Canaan was of lighter skin. We have to remember these things. We have to remember that the Edomites were forcibly converted to the Jews' religion and the Hasmonean dynasty. We have to remember that the tribe of Dan, the Philistines, Tyre, Zidon, and Edom were seen together in conglomerates throughout history. Do not be ignorant, people of the Most High God. And then you argue instead of taking a pause to say, let me read these scriptures that she's sending. Let me click on these links that she's sending. Let me sit down and rewatch this video with notes, because as a student, what I do when I'm watching video, I'm taking notes in my phone. I'm pausing the video to research what's been said. I am checking for what it is that I believe and the research that I found to see if it be true, to see if I have any errors. I am even the type of student that if I hear something that I don't agree with, I go and study it to see if I'm wrong, to see if there's some knowledge that I can gain, because that's how hungry and thirsty for righteousness and for knowledge that I am, that I don't have to be right. I do not post videos unless I have thoroughly researched, because I know that I'm under the eye of scrutiny, because I know that my voice matters and people listen and they just believe anything without studying, without researching. And I will not be one of those that causes the sheep of Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh to scatter. When we began to look at Edo, Benin, that literally means red sun. Benin is a Portuguese word. Benai means sun in Hebrew. Edo means red. This cannot be denied. So are you going to tell the Idoma of Nigeria that they are not Edomites? Mr. Haitian man? Are you going to tell the Igala of Nigeria that they are not Edomites? Are you going to tell the Ido of Nigeria that they are not Edomites? Are you going to tell these people who they are? Are you going to tell me as a Choctaw Native American woman that my Choctaw ancestors were not Syro-Phoenician, Hittite? And who do we know Edom to be? Are you going to tell the Creek and the Samoan and the Cherokee and the Arab that they are not Edomite blood? All because you want to give the Hebrew culture away to a Gentile. Woe, 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 and double woe. We have to begin to realize that Edom was located in Teman. And we know that Yemenite Jews are called Temanin because they were located in Teman as well. Where is Teman? This is all in the Arabian plateau. The prophecy comes to Teman with the destruction. And Dedan is in the desert. Where is Bozarh? Bozarh. Bozarh. It's in Jordan. This is where these people come from, Mount Seir. These are Hebraic people, and he was not birthed out looking like no white man. When I was younger, especially, I would get so red in the summertime, and before I even knew that it was Choctaw Native American, my big sister, who's a yellow-complected woman, would look at me in the summertime and laugh and be like, you got Indian in your blood. Look at how red you are. Your hair is so red. We have to stop being stupid in our own opinion. And if you are a Haitian, you should know that Edo means red. Let's do some deep diving and stop being argumentative just to be argumentative. It does us no good and causes us to be ignorant. Islam is of Edom, and we need to know why these judgments are coming and who they are coming to. This is Jacolia of Jacolia Jam. Thank you for once again coming back to view my channel. Food for thought.